Welcome to Bryan High School for girls high school basketball action. Tonight we've got the Bryan Lady Bears coming in at 6-6, 0-2 in the NWOAL against the Napoleon Wildcats, 7-7, 2-1 in the Northern Lakes League. Big game for both teams as far as the district's concerned. Right now in the first, I don't want to say vote, but the first ranking that comes out in the district, the Lady Bears are third and Napoleon is fourth. So this game goes a long way towards what's going to happen as far as seeding's concerned in the district tournament at the end of the year. And looking specifically at the Lady Bears tonight goes a long way to try to get the ship righted a little bit. Been a little bit inconsistent lately, coming off a tough loss to a really good Delta team last Friday night for their second league loss. So Coach Grosstein's looking for his squad to try to get back on track tonight.
Hard to believe we're already talking about tournament seedings and where teams are trying to place themselves and games being big not only for the season but also in the tournament. But I think two teams tonight who look to be very evenly matched. They do things a little differently, but at the end of the day, they seem to be, again, two teams that expect a very close game tonight.
And you got teams that a lot of kids that know each other really well.
Right.
You know, Bryan and Napoleon play each other all the time. There's little kids leagues on Sundays and Saturdays where these kids have played against each other since second, third, and fourth grade. So there's not a lot of strangers here. It's hard to have a lot of things that people, you know, you're not hiding things. There are no secrets here. Everybody knows everybody. The matchups are, you're pretty aware of it. It's such a matter of executing and making some plays. So it's Brian Arnold, Tim Meister here from Bryan High School with you tonight for girls basketball action between the Bryan Lady Bears and Napoleon. It's the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip-off. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. We'll be back after this break.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Back at Bryan High School for tonight's girls basketball action. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Daniel Van Atta Agency, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Tonight's game is being streamed and also on the radio on 96.5. Let's look a little bit at last year's contest. Last year, these two teams met up in December. Bryan defeated Napoleon 52-31. This was it's kind of been a streaky series here probably for the last 8 to 10 years. Napoleon owned the series for a while. They made their run to state back-to-back years. One year got shut down as COVID hit, and then the next year was able to finish it off, and then Bryan had their group come through, so it's kind of swayed by who's had the group. This is probably as evenly matched as the teams have been in quite a few years. Yeah, let's look at our visitors from, let's look at our visitors from Napoleon and go into that in a little more detail.
Head coach Craig Cicero in the second year at 18-19. Napoleon comes in averaging 38.3 points a game and giving up 33.9. They're shooting 34% from the field, 32% from the three, 66% from the line, and getting almost 25 rebounds a game. This is a team also who tends to live and die behind the three. They've got a little over 280 three-point field goal attempts this year, while only having 180 two-point field goal attempts. So they are certainly a team that's going to build their game from outside in.
Absolutely. All right, so let's look at the Bryan Lady Bears and how they've gotten to this point. It's 6-6 in the year and 0-2 in the NWOAL.
Head coach Ty Grosstein, longtime Bryan coach, his 18th year, career record of 360 and 195. The Lady Bears come in averaging 47.1 points per game and allowing 49.7. shooting 32% from the field, 30% from three, 68% from the line, and also getting about 25 rebounds a game. A little more balanced attack than what you'll see with Napoleon. Bryan will definitely have a balance inside out, not necessarily relying on the three as much as Napoleon does. So again, teams with different styles, yet very evenly matched.
You can see there on the screen the last 5 games for the Lady Bears, a little bit of what I talked about earlier. Come in having lost 3 of the last 4. Had that really nice win over Montpelier in the first round of the Girls Holiday Classic. Got throttled the next night by a hot shooting, really athletic Bowser team. And then lost a tough game in overtime at Archbold. Won a tough one down at Van Wert on Tuesday night. And then lost to a fast, physical, hot shooting team Delta on Friday. So I think the start of this game will be big for the Bears. I think you're looking at a team that right now is not used to their confidence being a little bit shook. Confidence is a little bit shook, and they need a good start and see that they can put the ball in the basket and get some stops.
And their schedule has been really difficult. The 3 teams they've lost to, those are all 3 very good teams. Archbold, Bowser, and Delta, I believe, is still undefeated or only has 1 loss at this point. So again, the Lady Bears have played a very good basketball teams. All those games have been very close. Outside of Bowser, probably could have won any one of them. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how quick of a start they get, see if that confidence can come back.
You can see there the NWOAL girls basketball standings. Class of the league continues to be Patrick Henry, but Delta has been fantastic. Kind of come a little bit out of nowhere. Didn't have a great year record-wise last year, and they're still young. Led by a sophomore and a freshman right now, and those 2 girls can play. And then after that, Wasion Archbold up there at 2-0 and 2-1, still sniffing things early in the league. And then the bottom of the league, you can see there Evergreen, Bryan, Liberty Center, and Swanton. So we're in the pregame show, countdown to tip-off, and the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip-off. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about keys to the game, tonight's officials, and get ready for action here at Bryan High School.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Brian Arnold and Tim Meister here at Bryan High School for tonight's game between Bryan and Napoleon. Let's go right into it. Look at the keys to the game here for the Napoleon Wildcats.
Starting for the Cats, they need to handle Bryan's pressure. Bryan's going to get out into them and try to force them to get turned over and get into some transition baskets. They also like to keep Bryan out of the paint, contest the shooters. Bryan's really good when they can get into the paint and kick out to the shooters or score inside. And obviously every team is going to say this. Napoleon wants to control the board. They don't want to give up second chance points to the Lady Bears.
And I think that's an area, too. If you look at the rosters, that's an advantage just on paper right now. 2 5'9s, 2 5'11s, and a 6 foot on the Napoleon roster. So that's got to be an area Coach Cicero thinks he's got an advantage. So let's look at the Bryan Golden Bear keys to the game tonight.
The Lady Bears, they need to defend for 4 quarters, especially Cicero and Good. Those 2 have been their leading scorers, and also, I believe, their leading 3-point field goal attempt shooters. Rebound at both ends of the floor. I think for both teams, they get themselves into troubles when they give up a lot of offensive rebounds. So again, want to finish off defensive plays with defensive rebounds and shoot the ball with confidence. And Coach Arnold, you mentioned that a little bit prior. This will be the first time I've seen the Lady Bears live. I've watched them every game on TV. But confidence is a funny thing. You know, when you win, it seems like that confidence is easy to get. When you lose it, sometimes a little difficult to get back. So I want to see, like you said, there's a quick start. Does that have an impact? If they don't get a quick start, they find that 1 or 2 people that see the ball go through. And once that happens, it gets a little contagious as far as the confidence goes.
And that's exactly what Coach Groshine and his staff's hoping for tonight is that fast start and some confidence and make that bucket look big. Those have been the keys to tonight's game. The keys to the game brought to you by the Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers. They've been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding areas since 2007. Call us for all of your real estate needs. Let's meet tonight's game officials. Game officials are brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center, serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all of your eye care needs. Tonight's officials are Bo Schimmel, Chad Schimmel, and Aaron Moschen. We've had the Schimmels before, Bo and Chad. So those are a couple of familiar faces. And hopefully they're prepared for a good non-league battle tonight. This has been the Oberlin-Turnbull Countdown to Tip-Off. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned and family-focused. We're going to take it down to the bench and PA Aaron Hughes for tonight's anthem and starting lineups. Tonight's national anthem brought to you by Veteran Services of Williams County. Now we'll get our starting lineup. Starting lineup sponsored by the Allie Held Herman Memorial Run and Walk. Mark your calendars and lace up your shoes for the 5th annual Allie Held Herman Memorial Run Walk on Saturday, July 19th, 2025 at the McDonald Rough Ice Rink.
Get up, Bryan, for your Golden Bears. At a guard, a 5'1" junior, number 2, Ava Zimmerman. At a guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 4, Amaya Langham. At a guard, a 5'5" junior, number 10, Gabby Mossberg. At a forward, a 5'7" freshman, number 14, Avrian Fisher. And at a forward, a 5'7" junior, number 22, Josie Arnold. Varsity coaches Todd Grosjean, assisted by Colin Walker, John Miner, Nikki Miner, and JV coach Delaney Valderez. Ladies, let's play ball.
there you have the starting lineups for both teams ready for tip here at Bryan High School between Napoleon and Bryan.
You look over the last 8 to 10 years of girls basketball in the Northwest Ohio, and I think these two teams have really dominated the girls basketball area. So both teams, again, kind of in a similar situation, trying to get back to that. But really a good matchup tonight.
A lot of girls who saw a lot of older kids do things the right way and get programs moving in the right direction. And both at 500 right now, not where they want to be, but battling. They're going to play hard. Both teams play tough schedules. Obviously, the NLL is good basketball. As Cicero gets it right to the basket and scores. Sorry, that was Hannah. No, that was Chloe Cicero. Got the ball to the basket, get things started here for Napoleon. Quick 2-0 lead on the main stop scoreboard. Bryan on their end. Ava Zimmerman works against Ava Good. Goes to the board or goes to the glass. Can't get it to go. Boarded by Cicero. Napoleon's got it up. Hannah Miller on the right wing. Swings to Ava Good. Top of the key working against Gabby Mossberg. Miller's going to bring it to the elbow. Right corner to Rosebrook. Cicero works. Skip pass to the corner. Found Huddle. Now back to Cicero. Back to Huddle. Lady Bears working hard in their man-to-man right now. Napoleon kind of probing for some open gaps, looking to penetrate and kick out of this open offense. Good hands by Ava Zimmerman, pokes it away. Cicero chases it down. Then her cross-court pass is knocked away by Avery Ann Fisher. Out of bounds to Napoleon.
Great defensive possession thus far by the Lady Bears, keeping Napoleon outside. They're trying to get that dribble drive kick out, and they're just not allowing him.
Coach Grosjean's always been a huge believer in good man-to-man, good help side defense. You can see whether they're going to switch or whether they're going to fight through screens early by game plan. But that's always been something the Bears have taken a lot of pride in. As a shot doesn't go for Rosebrook, with a follow there by Huddle. 4-0 lead for Napoleon early. 6:33 left on the main stop scoreboard. Avery Ann Fisher has it right side. She's going to go to the basket. Goes right at Hannah Miller. Some contact, no call. Napoleon's got it, pushes forward. Huddle goes to the basket. She tries to get around Josie Arnold, loses her footing. That's going to be a travel turnover for Napoleon.
Yeah, nice job by Josie Arnold getting back and doing the most fundamental thing you can do in a fast break situation, stop the ball. And again, create a turnover, and Lady Bears have it back.
Arnold has the ball, works left hand against Huddle. Kicks it across right wing three. Maya Langham. Now, Maya Langham struggled early with a three-point shot, but she hit a couple of big ones against Delta Friday, and she's starting to feel a little bit more confidence in her shot as she knocks down that triple.
When shooters see that first ball go through, that is such a huge benefit.
Huge. Ava Good gets a look from the deep right corner, off front iron, can't get it to go. Avery Ann Fisher battles it away from the taller Hannah Miller, takes it out of her hands after a really nice check out. A little miscommunication there in the backfield, or in the backcourt by Langham and Arnold, but Bryan's got it in the front court now. Ava Zimmerman under control. Avery Ann Fisher again, left elbow. Ava Zimmerman up top, working off a screen from Amaya Langham. Gets an open lane all the way to the rim, can't get the right-handed layup to go. Huddle with the rebound. Cicero now working against Zimmerman, forces her to kind of kick around her dribble a little bit, but she found Rosebrook. Cicero now up top. Get the Napoleon offense started. And Ava Zimmerman hounding her like crazy, pokes it away out of bounds. Possession stays with Napoleon.
First 3 minutes of the game, it appears that the Lady Bears are a tad bit quicker than Napoleon because they're having trouble keeping them from getting inside the paint. Napoleon have a very difficult time initiating their offense and getting any penetration at all. We'll see if the Lady Bears can continue that advantage and continue to put pressure on them on the defensive end.
And they might be able to use that to their advantage to negate some of that size advantage Napoleon's got as well. Napoleon continues to work around the perimeter here. Rosebrook tries to go right against Langham, kicks to Miller. Miller across to Huddle. Huddle out to Rosebrook. Right side three is good. Gives Napoleon a 7-3 lead on the main stop scoreboard. Zimmerman across the timeline, brings it up against Napoleon's man-to-man, left side to Gabby Mossberg. Mossberg to the right elbow, kicks to Zimmerman baseline. She attacks. Her shot is blocked by Hannah Miller, and Napoleon's got it. Cicero looks to push ahead.
The Lady Bears have not had trouble getting in the paint. They just had trouble finishing the shots inside the paint.
Ava Good with the left side three. Ooh, that was down and came back out again. Rebound to Avery Ann Fisher. She's looking to run, pushes it hard ahead, looks to attack. Finds a Maya Langham on the trail. Left side three this time. Can't get it to go. Good battle there with Gabby Mossberg and Hannah Miller, but the ball's going to go out of bounds off of Gabby Mossberg. Oh, call's going to get reversed. I thought that was kind of a tough call for the Bears there. So it's going to stay down with the Bryan Lady Bears. Piper Hannah checks in for Ava Zimmerman. And number 3, Lily Cruz checks in for Napoleon for Ava Good. Langham to trigger it in from underneath the Bears basket. Finds Arnold on the right side. Her three is up and good. Not going to count because Huddle pushed her way through a screen there, so we're going to get a foul on Huddle before the made three for Arnold. Coach Grosjean kind of begging for that made basket. Everybody else is too.
Yeah, I haven't coached for 19 years and I'm begging.
Yeah,
that's one you
take
want.
Anything that goes through the rim, you want to count that thing.
It's almost unfortunate timing for Bryan that the foul was called before the shot.
Yep. Arnold tries right corner. She goes to the basket against Huddle. Drive taken away, kicks to Hannah. Fisher's got it now, works left elbow, tries to go backdoor pass to Maya Langham, turns it over. Cicero has it now for Napoleon, brings it across the timeline, finds Miller. Drive taken away. Cicero to Cruz. Cruz now. Rosebrook, right side on the baseline, finds Miller wide open, left side three. That one's good. 2 threes early for Napoleon and some open looks. That gives Napoleon a 10-3 lead on the main stop scoreboard. Open when you need them. You're always near a main stop. Don't forget Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. Coach Grosjean gets a 30-second timeout here to stop the bleeding a little bit early. Timeouts tonight sponsored by S&S Directional Boring. Don't let old lead water lines or broken sewer laterals give your home an unexpected timeout. Unsure if you have lead water lines, call S&S Directional Boring at 419-630-0726 and we'll inspect it for you. So Coach Meister, quick timeout there from Coach Grosjean, trying to right the ship a little bit.
Yeah, last 2 baskets from Napoleon have come on cross-court skip passes, so I think he's reminding them they're doing a nice job sinking inside on the help side, but they've got to be able to recover on skip passes. And the last 2 times they've got caught over-helping and not recovering on the skip passes. So I want to see if maybe he takes a step away from that help a little bit so they can recover to the shooters. And again, see if they can take that piece from Napoleon away.
And you see what you talked about there. Napoleon very comfortable shooting the three. Pretty much everybody on the floor. Gabby Mossberg is really starting to come on offensively. Talk about some confidence. Gabby Mossberg all the way from the right elbow, left elbow to the right block, finishes off glass, makes it 10-5. Now Napoleon with the lead. 2:57 left in the first quarter. Cicero gets all the way to the basket. What you put a forearm right into Miley Vollmer, knocked her down, but turnover instead of foul. Josie Arnold gets it into the lane. She gets fouled. And she's going to go to the Welling Construction free throw line. Welling Construction, 3rd-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. That foul was on number 2, Taylor Smith, in the lineup now for Napoleon. First free throw for Arnold is no good. Ava Good will check back in for Napoleon for Lila Huddle. Ava Zimmerman comes back in, gives Avery Ann Fisher a break. Avery Ann Fisher, freshman, has been fantastic for the Bears this year. Comes in averaging 11 and 6. Second free throw now for Arnold is good. Makes it 10-6 on the main stop scoreboard. Bears not doing anything special pressure-wise, just picking up full court, trying to make Cicero work hard with Ava Zimmerman being as tight a man defender as she can be, doing a pretty good job against the good point guard right now. Miley Vollmer's in the game for the Bears. She forces her player to kick to Cicero. Cicero trying to work off an Ava Good screen. Ava Zimmerman goes under. Cicero's three is long. Good checkouts and rebound. Miley Vollmer pulls that down on the backside for the Bears. Bears another chance to cut into the lead. Nobody picks up Josie Arnold coming down the floor. Had an open three, not able to get it to go. Chased down by Ava Zimmerman. She finds Arnold. Arnold's going to try again from in front of the Napoleon bench. That one's short. Good hustle again there by Ava Zimmerman, but it goes out of bounds off of number 2 for Bryan. So Napoleon will have the ball and bring it up the floor. Another sub here for Napoleon. So on the floor for Napoleon, we have Taylor Smith, Lily Cruz, Molly Rosebrook, Ava Good, and Chloe Cicero. For the Bears, Ava Zimmerman, Gabby Mossberg, Josie Arnold, Piper Hanna, and Miley Vollmer. Bears in their man-to-man. Cicero working against Zimmerman. Great help right there from Miley Vollmer. Took it right away from her. Josie Arnold looks to push. Had an open shooter in the right corner, just didn't find her. Ava Zimmerman now is going to work this right side again. Goes right at Ava Good. That shot's blocked, taken away. Good now will bring it up the floor for Napoleon. Working against Gabby Mossberg. Like I talked about, Gabby Mossberg's offense has gotten so much better here the last couple games, but she's been a good defender for the Bears all year long. Smith's drive taken away. She turns it over. Another deflection by Miley Vollmer. A couple of nice plays for her defensively here. She's gotten off the bench.
She's come in and made an impact right away on both offensive end and the defensive end of the floor. Deflections, offensive rebounds, setting some nice screens up top. Good to see her get in and get involved.
That's no secret. If the Bears are going to play well, they've got to have Miley Vollmer play well. Josie Arnold tries to find Vollmer off of a pick and roll, goes off Vollmer's hands into Napoleon's hands. Cicero, cross, Smith's three. That one's good. That's a third player now, I think, for Napoleon to knock down threes. 13-6 lead for Napoleon, under 40 seconds left, first quarter. Gabby Mossberg back to Josie Arnold. She takes a long three, way short. Ava Good's got it attacking for Napoleon. Hands to Cicero, gets it over to Molly Rosebrook. Back to Cicero. Cicero with a long skip to Ava Good. Right corner three is good. And Napoleon stays red hot from three. 16-6 now. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Lady Bears need to find a hoop here. Limit the damage as much as possible. Ava Zimmerman letting the clock run down. Works off of a screen from Vollmer. And then she gets it tied up, taken away, and Napoleon's going to chuck one at the end of the quarter. No good. Napoleon with the lead, 16-6 at the end of one on the main stop scoreboard from Bryan. We'll be back after this break.
At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Second quarter about to start here at Bryan High School. Napoleon with a 16-6 lead, and it's a tale of shooting percentages right now, Coach Meister.
Yeah, right now Napoleon is 4 for 7. Coming into the game, we knew we loved to shoot the three. 4 for 7 from three, 2 for 3 from the two. Outstanding percentage. But the Lady Bears only 1 for 5 from the three and 1 for 2 from the two. Turnover not a big factor at this point, although Napoleon does have 4. Bryan did have some success of getting a couple turnovers here. Like to see that continue.
And there's another turnover from the Bears to start the quarter. Piper Hanna gets it taken away. Josie Arnold deflected a dribble out of bounds. Napoleon will keep it. So the Bears had possession to start the quarter. They're not able to do anything with it. So they'll be on defense here. 7:39 left in the half, just starting the second quarter. Napoleon with a 16-6 lead. Lily Cruz handles the ball up top. Handoff to Chloe Cicero, the Napoleon point guard. Still defended by Ava Zimmerman. It's Zimmerman, Langham, Hanna, Fisher, and Arnold for the Bears. Cicero gets a left side look. Can't join the three-point barrage, but Napoleon gets the offensive rebound. In a scramble, Ava Good ends with it. She finds Cicero, same spot, same result, except that one looked like it was down and touched some cords before it came back out. That's a tough break for the shooter. Ava Zimmerman's got it, pushes right side, now attacks middle. Nice spin move at the elbow. There's a finish for Ava Zimmerman. That's something the Bears need to see.
Yeah, that's huge. Bryan has done a terrific job of getting in the paint tonight, but sometimes they've kind of shot into some defensive issues. Maybe they should have passed. That was a great move by Ava, finished. Again, I think they can get in the paint as much as they want tonight, just making sure their shots are quality once they get there.
That's her patented spin move from the elbow, and a great job finishing off glass by Ava Zimmerman. Her first 2 points were big ones. Ava Good will take the three. It comes up short. Scramble for the rebound. Ball's loose on the floor, going to get tied up and stay with Napoleon down here. 2 Napoleon players and Josie Arnold, and ball got tied up down low. Like we mentioned, the Bears are definitely giving away some inches at about every spot on the floor outside of maybe point guard, and that's something they've got to be able to do. They've got to be able to rebound, get their bodies on people, and find the ball. As Josie Arnold's going to attack, tries to get all the way to the rim, can't get the left-handed shot to go.
Good move.
I think the other thing we've seen on both ends is there haven't been a lot of whistles on contact. We'll see if that continues tonight. I think shooters on both ends have had to shoot through a lot of contact so far with very few whistles. Rosebrook up top, lobs inside to Huddle. Huddle goes backdoor pass to Ava Good, and just as I say that, there's a foul on the shooter. Ava Good finishes. Piper Hanna with the foul. That's going to be Piper Hanna's first, but Ava Good at the line for Napoleon's first trip to the free throw line.
Napoleon ran a little high post flash there, got her to it, and then got that back door on the weak side. Really nice set play by Napoleon and good finish by Ava Good.
18-8 on the main stop scoreboard. Ava Good's free throw is up and good. 19-8 Napoleon. Good has 6 now. Maya Langham will bring the ball up the floor. Napoleon stays in there man-to-man. Avery Ann Fisher has checked back in for the Lady Bears, giving Ava Zimmerman a break. Arnold on the right side in front of the Napoleon bench. Tries baseline. Gets that taken away by Huddle. Works off of a screen from Fisher. Piper Hanna now from the left side. Finds Arnold. Amaya Langham, right side three from where she made her first one. Second one is good. A big hit right there for the Lady Bears. They needed a bucket, get it to 19-11.
Good ball movement by the Lady Bears. Went inside a couple times, then found the open shooter off the dribble penetration.
Ava Good gets freed up off of a screen. Gabby Mossberg got stuck underneath one, knocks down another three. 22-11 now. Napoleon with the lead, doubling up the Lady Bears. Napoleon continues to be, I'd say, open a lot and knocking down a lot of threes. Maya Langham tries the left side, nothing there. Out to Gabby Mossberg. She goes hard right hand to the rim. Good finish off of glass right there for Gabby Mossberg. 4 points for her on 2 nice drives.
That's just a 2-dribble, power dribble to the basket by Gabby Mossberg. Really aggressive move and a great finish at the basket.
And more confident all the time with her offense. But on the other end, tried to face guard Ava Good, just threw over the top, and that's a mismatch, 5'11" versus about 5'6". And Napoleon throws over the top. Easy 2 points there for Ava Good. She's got 11 of the 24 for Napoleon, and it's 24-13 Wildcats. Avery Ann Fisher's going to try, left elbow. Maya Langham again, top of the key. Long, no good. Rebound pulled down by Ava Good. She's going to look to push left side for Napoleon. Finds Hannah Miller by herself on the backside, and the Bears slow getting back on defense. Coach Grosjean wants a timeout. Full timeout, we'll take it with them. 26-13, Napoleon with a big early lead.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
I am blind, but I need not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Coming out of a full timeout for the Bryan Lady Bears here at Bryan High School. Halfway through the second quarter, 4 minutes left in the first half. Napoleon is doubling up. Bryan 26-13. Hot shooting from the outside for Napoleon. Bryan struggling on the offensive end to find really any kind of routine. I think the size from Napoleon's giving them some fits. Bears just having trouble finding the open look and knocking shots down. But a couple of positives here. Gabby Mossberg has been good. She's got the ball again. Ball goes off her foot, but into the hands of Piper Hannah. Hannah finds Avery Ann Fisher. Shot fake. Goes to the basket with the scoop. She's going to be fouled, and she'll get herself to the free throw line. That foul is going to be on number 11, Lila Huddle. That'll be her second foul, Napoleon's first of the quarter. Fisher goes to the free throw line. She comes in as an 81% free throw shooter. And that's her game. Shot fakes, get the ball to the basket. She misses the first free throw from the Welling Construction free throw line.
She did a tremendous job. She caught the ball. She squared up. She showed ball. I mean, as soon as she got that defender on their toes, just, again, one hard dribble and she got to the basket. So an excellent offensive move.
Second free throw is up and good. Her first point of the night, 26-14 now Napoleon's lead. Cicero brings it up. It looks like the Bears now are in a 2-3 zone, trying to throw a little bit of a change in Napoleon, maybe find some of those shooters. Kind of pick your poison a little bit. You may give up some rebounds on the backside, but they've got to be able to extend this zone out and find shooters.
Yeah, he had to give Napoleon a different look defensively, just if nothing else, for a change of pace, not to let them settle into their offensive routine.
Cicero swings for Smith. Smith over to Miller. Miller's three is good. Napoleon stays extremely hot. If nothing else, we bring out the best in three-point shooters the last couple weeks. These teams have been awful hot against the Golden Bears. 29-14 lead now for Napoleon. Miley Vollmer gets all the way to the basket, can't get her layup to go. Ball's loose on the floor. Vollmer dives in, takes it away, finds Gabby Mossberg. Mossberg to Langham to Hannah. Her three-point shot is short. Rebound by Avery Ann Fisher. Nice job tight roping on the baseline right there, and then the ball goes out of bounds off of Rosebrook for Napoleon. Josie Arnold will check back in for Piper Hannah, and Ava Zimmerman's going to come to the table also.
You talked a little bit about this in pregame. It's not like the Lady Bears have not gotten good looks. I mean, they've gotten some wide open threes. They've gotten some good shots. They just haven't seen it go through.
Outside of 2 threes from Amaya Langham, nothing's gone down from the outside for the Bears. Avery Ann Fisher hands off to Miley Vollmer. She'll try the 15-footer. Good off glass. Elbow jumper. Miley Vollmer came off of a little handoff screen there, ready to shoot. 29-16 now. Napoleon leads, and the Bears stay in that 2-3 zone. Cicero up top. Pass gets deflected away by Amaya Langham. Chased down by Napoleon. Smith thought about a three. She skips across to Hannah Miller. Miley Vollmer takes her drive away. Back up top to Cicero. And that pass is deflected again by Amaya Langham. Last 2 times on the reversal, Amaya Langham's got a good hand on the ball, knocked it out of bounds.
Napoleon going with that 3-2 offense, 3 on the perimeter and a high-low post. Really should be a good offense for Bryan to play a true matchup zone with that, because that bottom person is really just going to the walkway spot and then to the next walkway spot, and the high post is staying. So see if the Bears zone adjusts to that.
Ava Good checks back in for Napoleon. She's had a hot hand early from 3 as Hannah Miller takes another 3. And speak of a hot hand, I think that's 3 for Miller already. 32-16 now, doubled up again, Napoleon over Bryan. 1:46 left in the half, and the Bears are going to have to find some offense and some stops so they can give themselves a chance when the second half gets rolling. Langham's got it left side. Swings it up top to Arnold. She attacks the free throw line. Hands off back to Langham. Nice screen by Arnold. Can't get the open 3 to go. Chased down by Cicero. Napoleon's got it. 1:26 on the clock and a 16-point lead. Again, Hannah Miller by herself on the backside block as the Bears are slow getting back down the floor. And she gets fouled. Bucket's good, and she'll go to the Welling Construction free throw line.
It's a great look by Ava Good. Saw Miller alone by herself on the block, made that nice diagonal pass through the defense. Easy bucket. Scored through contact for Hannah Miller.
That foul is going to be called on Josie Arnold, her first foul. Team's second, 1:22 left in the half on the main stop scoreboard. Napoleon 34, Bryan 16. Miller's free throw is up and good, and she's got 14. Good has 11. 25 of the 35 out of those 2 players for Napoleon. As Amaya Langham brings the ball up the floor for the Lady Bears. Ava Zimmerman's got it. Right wing, works off of a screen from Miley Vollmer. Zimmerman to Avery and Fisher. Ball gets poked away by Rosebrook. Drive taken away. She finds Zimmerman cutting backside. Maya Langham to Josie Arnold in the left corner. Working against Miller. She tries baseline. Nothing there. Ava Zimmerman. Great shot fake. Blew right by that defender from Napoleon. Got to the rim. Can't get the layup to go, but she's fouled. Going to go to the line. She'll get 2. That foul's on number 22, Taylor Glantz, who's in the game for Napoleon. Just Napoleon's second. 2 for Bryan, 2 for Napoleon. The whistles have been pretty light. I don't know. There's been a lot of things missed. It's just been the way the game's been called. Ava Zimmerman's free throw is up and good. Gives the junior her 3rd point of the night. Gabby Mossberg checks back in for Miley Ballmer. Glantz will take a rest for Napoleon. On the floor for Napoleon are Miller and Good, Cicero, Rosebrook, and number 2, Taylor Smith. Cicero bring it up, 45 seconds left, 35-18, Napoleon with the lead. Bears stay with that 2-3 zone, trying to chase some shooters. Ball down inside to Rosebrook, left hand, can't get it to go. 2 Bears had the ball in their hands, not able to grab it. Ends up in Ava Good's hands, and she'll be fouled and go to the free throw line. Be a foul on Amaya Langham. That'll be her first, team's 3rd. 32 seconds left. Good will go to the Welling Construction free throw line. First free throw is no good, short. Second free throw for Good is up and good. 12 for her now, 14 for Miller, 36-18 lead for Napoleon. Bears have it under 30 seconds left in the half. Need to find some kind of positive here to finish the half on, find any kind of momentum to take into the locker room. Avery and Fisher on the right side. Gets it to Josie Arnold on the right wing. Shot fake, she's going to work, try to get to the right baseline. That's taken away. Fisher drives. Gets in the paint, gets the ball up and under, gets a whistle called. Going to go to the free throw line again. And that foul's called on Ava Good, her first. So 7 seconds left on the game clock here before halftime. Napoleon with a 36-18 lead. Fisher with a chance for 2 points at the free throw line. First one is up and good. Gets her to 2 points on the night. I think that's another thing to look at. Fisher comes in averaging double digits at 11 points. That's her 2nd point. Josie Arnold comes in averaging 14 a night. She has a free throw. So Napoleon's done a really good job taking the 2 top scorers for Bryan out of the game, and I think you get a feel for that by the offensive half the Bears have had. Napoleon with a clock winding down, not able to get a shot off. Good defense there by the Bears to take away a final shot. So we're going to go to the half. Bryan trails Napoleon 36-20. Going to have a little bit of work to do here starting the 3rd quarter. But when the Lady Bears come back out, we'll talk a little bit at halftime here. But Coach Meister, probably the story of that half is shooting percentage as much as anything else.
It's absolutely shooting percentage. And I don't have the stats yet, but I don't know if Napoleon missed a 3. If they did, it was 1 or 2. And when they did miss, they seemed to get the offensive rebound and put it back. On the other end of the floor, as we said, Bryan got some quality looks. They just couldn't get a bucket. Even when they got fouled on some layups, those balls rolled out. They just, for whatever reason, couldn't get it going. So you're right. The shooting percentage was a key piece to that entire half.
Yeah, and if Napoleon stays that hot and the Bears continue to struggle, especially with all of the open looks that they got, it's going to be a long evening. It's a 16-point deficit. You scored 20 in the first half. You're going to have to find a way to come out quickly here in the 3rd quarter, get the ball in the basket. And we talked a little bit off air during a timeout. May have to think about a little bit of pressure, kind of force the action a little bit, see if having a bunch of guards can pay off. You are outmatched size-wise, and you're starting to lose the battle on the boards.
At this point, Napoleon seems very comfortable in their offense. So the Lady Bears have to do something to get them out of that comfort level. They have to change the pace of the game. They have to change the flow of the game. It doesn't necessarily mean they have to pick them up full court, but I think they've got to do something full court-wise, 3/4 court-wise, half court-wise, trap them, just to try to get Napoleon out of the flow of their offense.
Down on the floor, we see the Shot Makers Club being honored, a program that was started a few years ago. Each of these players are receiving a certificate and a T-shirt for their efforts in the off-season. The app was created by assistant coach Casey Spitnail for players to record shots made, not just shots taken. Shots taken, I could do that. That'd be a fantastic app. I take a ton of shots. I just don't make very many. So shot makers is the point of the club. So a great program for our youth. Those guys are getting recognized tonight. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back as Coach Meister finishes up some work on some stats. We'll talk about where we're at as far as statistics go, maybe some adjustments both teams are looking to make, and we'll get ready for second half action here from Bryan High School.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Back at Bryan High School as the last of our Shot Makers Club gets recognized on the floor tonight in front of the home crowd. So Coach Meister's been working hard on some stats over there, so let's go with what we've got so far to tell the story of the first half of tonight's ball game.
Come back a little bit to a couple of things that we talked about for the Bryan Lady Bears. They were 3 for 5 in that second quarter from the 2, which makes them 4 for 7 from the 2 overall. From the 3, they are 2 for 9. They've shot a bunch of free throws and have been okay from the free throw line, but certainly the shooting percentage has not been fantastic. Bryan had 4 offensive rebounds that half, 6 defensive rebounds, and only turned the ball over 4 times. Really a pretty clean half for both teams. They didn't turn it over a bunch. For Napoleon, they have shot tremendously. From the 2, they are 6 for 10, and from the 3, they are outstanding, 7 for 12. They have 3 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds, and they have turned it over 5 times. As you have said, that three-point shooting percentage is massive. They've made 7 threes. They've been very good from the free throw line. I thought Napoleon did a nice job of adjusting early on. Bryan's quickness kept him out of the paint, so they just spread the floor. They forced Bryan to overhelp, and they got some of those drive and kicks. Then when Bryan kind of tightened down a little bit, maybe changed up and went to the zone, then they went to that high-low look. Again, ran some nice screens on that zone to get some open looks for their shooters. As you had mentioned, it seemed like every open 3 Napoleon had, they made.
Yeah, and I think that's probably going to be one of the keys here in the second half for the Bears is they're going to continue to get those shots. Will that shooting percentage stay where it was? If they can get Napoleon to cool off a little bit, then they're going to have to gather those offensive rebounds. Otherwise, things could probably get ugly here pretty early for the Lady Bears.
Yeah, when you have a team like Napoleon that shot as well as they did, the one thing you have to do is get them out of their comfort level. As we talked about before break, I do think there's got to be some type of a change of a defensive philosophy in the second half for Bryan. I think he has to give them different looks on different possessions, maybe switch defenses every 3 or 4 times, go from a full-court press to a half-court press to a half-court trap, back to a full court. Again, you have to get Napoleon to continually think about what defense are they going to play next. Because if you don't, and Napoleon settles right into that comfort level, they've proven they can shoot the ball very, very well. It's going to be a very long half for Bryan if they can't, again, force Napoleon into doing some things that they're not comfortable with.
Well, the Lady Bears are back on the floor here. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a minute. We'll talk about those halftime adjustments in a little more detail, get ourselves ready for some second half action. It's Napoleon 36, Bryan 20. We're at halftime here at Bryan High School.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Back at halftime here at Bryan High School. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Daniel Van Adda Agency, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and the Thiel Supply Center. So Lady Bears were out pretty quick there. Coach Meister probably back about the 5:20 mark. Coach Grosjean, Coach Miner, Coach Walker, Coach Valderaz. Probably a pretty simple message because they're out pretty quickly. What do you think that might have sounded like?
Loud, stern, direct, as it should have been, right? I mean,
Right.
you know, we both coach enough that sometimes too many words get lost in the fray, so just be direct at what you have to do. I think he talked to them probably about their intensity a little bit. You know, let's try to create some energy. Let's try to create some momentum going our way, and how they do that, you know, will be seen. I think the other thing, you talked about Bryan's 2 leading scorers. They're 2 leading scorers, and at this point in the season after so many games, there's a reason they're your leading scorers. So let's go to them. Let's run some specials for them. Let's try to get them involved right away. Because when your 2 leading scorers, when they start to score, that starts opening up for your other players as well. So I really want to see Josie Arnold and Avery Ann Fisher be really aggressive, and I want to see Bryan try to get them some looks early on to get them going.
Yeah, I think this takes me back a little bit to when our oldest played girls basketball here and played for Coach Grosjean. Probably the last time Coach Grosjean had some struggles with girls basketball when our oldest came in as a freshman and a sophomore. And you know, one of the other dads, Matt Grube, he and I always wanted that extra golden ticket. Can we just have the halftime talk one time? I think Grube might have given his left arm for the chance to go in every now and then and just be that motivational speaker at halftime. I think tonight Coach Grosjean might have had a line of people happy to go in. I think if you look at the other end, though, with Coach Cicero and Napoleon, I don't think you do anything different. I thought their plan was fantastic in the first half. Like you talked about, spreading the floor out, making Bryan overhelp, and everything looks good when you knock down 7 threes and you shoot it for about 50% from out there.
Yeah, if you're in a situation Napoleon is in, Coach Cicero's message at half was very simple. You keep that right foot on the gas. Let's not let this get to be even a complacent, stagnant game. Let's take this lead from 16 to 20 to 22 to 24. Let's really try to just put the end to it and get it over with. That's what good teams do. They step on other teams' necks and they end it. If you're Bryan, it's just the opposite. Man, we can only cut this lead by 2 and 3 points at a time. No such thing as a 16-point basket. So you know what? Let's come out. Let's cut it. Let's cut the lead from 16 to 12. Let's cut it from 12 to 8. Let's just get ourselves back into it. So we get to the fourth quarter. Now we're looking at a 10-point or less lead and go from there. So again, 2 different things you're going to see going on, and that tends to make for a fun half sometimes in these situations.
You're going to have to nibble away. Everything like that. You can't get it all back at once, so you're going to have to bat a little bit at a time. A couple of out-of-town scores here before we start the third. At the end of one, Cardinal Stritch leads North Central 14-12 in boys. Also in boys, PH leads Miller City 31-22 at the half. Out-of-town scores brought to you by 100.9 B-Rock. And follow Bryan Golden Bears all season long on Q96.5 or listen on air or online at WBNO-WQCT.com. Bears get the ball to start the half. Ava Zimmerman up top. Tried to work Josie Arnold through a screen. Zimmerman's shot gets blocked away by Ava Good as Cicero has it and will bring it the other way. Empty possession there for the Bears to start the half. Cicero has it at the half-court line working against Zimmerman. Bears still in their man-to-man. Rosebrook to Good. Good works against Gabby Mossberg all the way to the basket. Can't get it to go, but on the backside, nobody takes care of Hannah Miller, and she gets an easy putback. 38-20 here now, early in the third quarter. On the main stop scoreboard, Napoleon adds to that big lead. Josie Arnold tries, middle of the paint, knocks down about an 8-footer, her first bucket of the night. 38-22, Napoleon now, 16-point lead here early in the third. Napoleon gets it across the timeline. Good working against Mossberg, picks up her dribble, finds Cicero. Cicero continues to be hounded by Ava Zimmerman, steps back for the three. Can't get that to go. Might be the only player for Napoleon who hasn't shot it well from three. As Avery Ann Fisher looks to push all the way to the basket, tries to scoop a layup up. Kind of a wild shot, doesn't go. Rebounded by Good for Napoleon. Now she's running down the left side. Gabby Mossberg gets that dribble stopped. Cicero finds Rosebrook on a flash, left hand off glass. She gets that bucket to go. Napoleon 40, Bryan 22. 5 points now for Molly Rosebrook. Comes in averaging 5, senior for Napoleon. Josie Arnold up top, swings the ball to Fisher. Fisher's going to try the spin dribble at the right elbow. Kicks to Langham. Langham works to the paint, gets her drive taken away. Arnold's going to take a shot, gets one off glass, right block. Bucket's good, 40-24 now. 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Good to
Bears
see
need
Josie.
some stops on this end.
Good to see Josie Arnold get going, hitting the first 2 shots of the second half. That's a great sign for Bryan.
Cicero drives, kicks to Huddle in the corner. Huddle with the entry pass into Rosebrook. Cicero is going to attack, kicks the left baseline to Huddle. Huddle's shot is up, no good. That time Bears with an excellent job. And then Avery and Fisher lose track of Ava Good right behind her, pokes it away. Turnover for the Bears. Cicero again swings right side to Miller. Miller attacks, ball gets poked away by Fisher, but she gathers it back up. Good, kicks to Cicero. Her 3 is up, and I shouldn't have mentioned it because then she knocks down her 3 for the night. Chloe Cicero knocks down a 3. She's got 5. 19-point lead now for Napoleon on the main stop scoreboard.
We can't say it enough. Napoleon has been outstanding from the 3-point line tonight.
Everybody's been in on the action. And Lady Bears know what that's like. They had nights where they did that to people too, just barrage them with 3-point shots the last couple of years. We got a couple subs in the ball game here. Mackenzie Mason will check in for Avery Ann Fisher. Piper Hanna checks in for Zimmerman.
Bears picking up full court steam. They can get that pressure to get Napoleon out of their rhythm.
Hanna now guarding Cicero up top. Cicero to Ava Good. Shot fake got around Mossberg. Help came. She finds Hannah Miller. Hannah Miller stays red hot. She hits the left elbow jumper. 18 now for Hannah Miller. 5'11 sophomores had a big night. Piper Hanna, left corner 3. Boy, another one on that end that was down, touched some cord, came back out again. Rebound to Napoleon. Goods got it at half court, gets it across the timeline. Works against Mossberg, hands it off to Huddle. Huddle gives to Rosebrook, drives baseline, kicks to Miller. Miller got it into the paint, kicks out to Good. Left side 3 is no good. Josie Arnold with the rebound. She's going to look to push and run. She finds Gabby Mossberg down on the baseline. Mossberg kicks to Langham, to Piper, to Hanna. Hanna got stuck. Got it out, and Maya Langham found the ball, and then she's just going to have the ball taken away by Chloe Cicero. Ava Goods got it on the right side in front of her own bench. Tries a little left-hand dribble, nothing there. Dumps it down to Rosebrook, taken away by, nice job, ball was taken away by Langham, then Cicero took it away from Arnold at half court. And we're going to get an over and back call for the Napoleon turnover. So trade about 3 turnovers there apiece and call it no blood. Bryan's ball.
Let the stats show there was 1 turnover that possession.
I don't think you want to write that many down.
It's getting carpal tunnel. You know, one thing Napoleon has done a nice job of tonight, and again, a little bit of it is Bryan's not shot it well, but when's the last time Bryan's went where they've run off like a 4-0 run, a 6-0 run? They just haven't done it. Every time it seems they're going to, Napoleon's answered on their end of the floor.
Molly Ballmer in the game for Bryan, gets stuck at the right elbow. Finds Arnold. Arnold, one dribble, picks it up, finds Zimmerman. Zimmerman with a spin dribble, gets in the paint, runs into Miller. Then we're going to get a travel called. Turnover for the Bears. 45-24, Napoleon with a 21-point lead, 3:18 left in the third quarter. Zimmerman, Hanna, Vollmer, Arnold, and Mason on the floor for the Bears. Good, Cicero, Cruz, Miller, and Smith on the floor for Napoleon. Ava Zimmerman gets tied up, or Ava Good gets tied up on the left side by Josie Arnold. Get a jump ball call. It'll stay with Napoleon.
Nice job by Josie Arnold there, reading the help side, saw Goods back, did the quick backside double, and got the jump ball there. Good recognition by Josie.
Good will inbound to Cicero. Cicero kick to Miller. Another three from Miller. Another made three from Miller. I'm not sure she's missed a three. That's pretty fantastic shooting so far there for the sophomore.
You and I have done a lot of boys games this year. This is our first girls together. I don't know that I've seen a shooter yet when their feet is set that they've shot as well as what she has shot tonight.
No, she's been money every time she's touched it. I think maybe a miss, but I'm not sure. Ava Zimmerman tries a three. Can't get it to go. Napoleon up across the timeline with Cicero working against Zimmerman. Left side, Ava Good deep in the corner, works against Avery Ann Fisher. She swings across court to Lily Cruz. And, of course, her three is good also. Napoleon continues to shoot the lights out. 51-24 Wildcats with the lead. 2:19 left in the third quarter. Arnold tries to work against Miley Vollmer, picks up the loose ball. Arnold coughed it up. Miley Vollmer picked it up, not able to hit the runner. Miley Vollmer with a good hustle steal right there. We're going to get a jump ball. Bears are going to keep it. Nice hustle play by Miley Vollmer right there, still playing hard. Gabby Mossberg will check in for Josie Arnold. We get a sub in. Number 0, Tessa Ressler will check in for Cicero for Napoleon. Taylor Glanz is on for Napoleon as well. Avery Zimmerman works up top, gets the ball to Avery and Fisher. Miley Vollmer in the left corner, working against Glanz, trying to back her down. Hands off to Kelsey Thiel, just checked in the ball game for the Bears. Nice job attacking there by Kelsey Thiel. She's going to get herself to the free throw line.
Nice give and go by Thiel and Vollmer. Vollmer realizing Napoleon went and doubled her. Thiel with a great back cut. Nice dish to her. Now she had a chance to finish it off at the line.
Kelsey Thiel at the Welling Construction free throw line. Her first shot is up and good. Welling Construction, third generation family owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Get another sub in off the bench for Napoleon. Reagan Dietrich checks in. Second free throw from Thiel doesn't draw any iron. So we'll get a Napoleon possession underneath the basket. Napoleon inbounds. Lily Cruz now working against Avery Ann Fisher. Ball gets across the timeline. Outside here now, Ressler works against Ava Zimmerman. Ball over to Smith. 1:30 left here in the third quarter. Big lead for Napoleon. Bears extend the defense a little bit. Dietrich works against Kelsey Thiel. Ball back up top now to Cruz. Bears stay in that man. We're going to get a left corner three from Napoleon. Back iron, no good. Offensive rebound. Battle between Ava Zimmerman and Tessa Ressler. That jump ball will keep it down here with Napoleon. 1:13 left, 51-25. Napoleon's lead on the main stop scoreboard. Josie Arnold checks back in for Miley Vollmer. Ball gets inbounded underneath the Napoleon basket. And I'm not sure how you call that a jump ball. Napoleon Taylor Glanz caught it in her belly. Josie Arnold from behind wraps her up, and the jump ball is called. So Napoleon turnover. The Bears will get it and bring it up the floor. 1:07 left in the third quarter.
If you're Taylor Glanz, you don't understand it. If you're Josie Arnold, one of the greatest defensive plays of my life.
Josie Arnold loses control again, finds Kelsey Thiel. Thiel finds Fisher. Fisher to Mossberg. Mossberg blow by again, third time tonight, hard with the right hand to the basket. Bright spot there for Coach Grosjean has been Gabby Mossberg's development offensively here over the last 5 to 6 ball games.
She's been terrific at getting the ball to the basket tonight, and I think doing very efficiently with only 1 or 2 dribbles from 18 or 20 feet away.
She gets a foul on number 22, Josie Arnold, with a reach on the right side. Bears try to go to a little bit of a run and jump right there. 36.7 left in the third, 24-point lead for Napoleon, 51-27. Amaya Langham checks back in for Coach Grosjean's squad. Kelsey Thiel gets to take a seat. Ball gets inbounded to Lily Cruz. Avery Ann Fisher with some good on-the-ball defense right there. Ball's now up top with Taylor Smith. She works against Mossberg. Ball goes to the left corner. Dietrich throws over the top to Wrestler. Wrestler back to Dietrich, defended by Amaya Langham. Dietrich gets a runner in the lane, can't get it to go. Ball chased down by Josie Arnold. 8 seconds left. She's up ahead to Gabby Mossberg. Gabby Mossberg can't find the handle, but Napoleon knocks it out of bounds. So Bears will get a look here with 4.5 seconds left. Third quarter, 51-27 main stop scoreboard. Napoleon with the big lead. Inbound to Ava Zimmerman. Zimmerman with a runner at the right elbow. Can't get it to go, and that's how the third quarter is going to end. 51-27. Napoleon continues to shoot the lights out, builds their lead here in the third quarter. We're going to go to the fourth. Napoleon with a commanding 24-point lead.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Bryan High School. Napoleon will have the ball and a 24-point lead to get things started. On the floor for Napoleon, Rosebrook, Good, Miller, Cicero, and Huddle, the 5 starters back on the floor. Probably not in real long for Coach Cicero's squad, but starters on to start the fourth here for the Bears. Thiel, Hannah, Arnold, Langham, and Mossberg to start the quarter. Cicero left side, defended by Kelsey Thiel. Finds Rosebrook in the left corner. Nice bounce pass backside to Hannah Miller. Hannah Miller's got, besides her 4 or 5 threes, she's got 6 points from that backside block out of the offense and 23 points tonight for the sophomore. Big night for her. Gabby Mossberg got stuck on the lane. Found Piper Hannah up top. Now Amaya Langham's going to try the middle. Gabby Mossberg again, right hand, right side, runner again. 8 points for Gabby Mossberg, leading the way for the Lady Bears tonight, all off of good hard drives to the right.
Yeah, if she can continue that, boy, that makes Bryan a little better offensively as the year goes on. Nice to see her start to contribute.
We'll get a foul on Amaya Langham trying to tie up. Looked like she was trying to tie up Huddle down there on the right side. A couple of Bears waiting to check in here. Ava Zimmerman for Gabby Mossberg, and Mackenzie Mason will check in for Amaya Langham. Ball's inbounded up top to Miller. Miller finds Cicero off the screen, shot fake to the basket. Can't get the right side layup to go, just too strong. Scramble for the rebound. We're going to get a jump ball, and that's going to go to Bryan. Mason and Cicero fighting for it. And I'd say that's probably, Cicero's been good, maybe not as good, maybe not what her normal night would be, and probably more of a struggle than she's had, and it hasn't mattered in the least for Napoleon tonight.
No, if there was a night for her to struggle as far as Napoleon's concerned, she picked a good night to do so. The others have really picked up the pace, and like you said, Miller and Good have just been tremendous from the three.
Left corner three for Ava Zimmerman off the back iron and no good. Rebound to Napoleon, push ahead. Cicero finds Good. Good tries to find Miller on the backside. Kelsey Thiel pokes that out of bounds away. Good hustle by Kelsey Thiel right there, poking that away from her cousin.
She really came a long way from the floor to make that play, too. Great hustle by Thiel.
Napoleon's going to inbound under their basket, left side. Miller had a look at three, finds Cicero. Ball up top to Rosebrook. Her three is no good. Chased down by Piper Hannah. Piper Hannah looks to push. Finds Ava Zimmerman on the right side. And Ava Zimmerman just lost the ball into the hands of Ava Good. Turnover for the Bears. Ava Good up top. Left hand spin move at the elbow. Free throw line jumper. No good. Rebound by Huddle. Huddle kicks to Cicero. She's going to try the middle, kicks to Miller. Miller up top to Rosebrook. Napoleon being patient, being a little unselfish here. Nobody really needs to take a shot. And just about every time they need to run some offense, that backside block's been there for them. Rosebrook found Huddle with a wraparound bounce pass. Huddle couldn't get the shot to go, but she's fouled. She's going to go to the Welling Construction free throw line for 2 free throws.
I've been impressed with Napoleon's ball movement tonight. I mean, obviously we're talking about the number of threes that they've made, but it's not like they've made them off of one pass or off a transition. They've gotten them out of the flow of their offense and oftentimes off 7, 8, 9 passes per possession.
Yeah, they've been in command both ends all night long. There's been no doubt about it. Get some 3 subs in for the Bears. Mossberg, Fisher, and Vollmer come in as Zimmerman, Thiel, and Hannah take a seat. Second free throw is no good. Miley Vollmer just into the ball game, pulls that rebound down. Josie Arnold's going to push. She attacks, goes at the basket. Get a jump ball called. Ball's going to go to Napoleon. Huddle with good defense there, ties up Arnold, forces the jump ball. Cicero works, brings the ball up the floor. 5:25 left here from Bryan. 54-29, Napoleon with the lead. Rosebrook attacks right, spins left. Good left hand, can't finish off a glass. Arnold pulls down the rebound. Really nice offensive move. Just wasn't rewarded by the finish. Arnold tries to get the pass through to Gabby Mossberg, gets knocked out of bounds by Napoleon, so Bryan will have it out of bounds underneath their basket.
Great spin move on the other end by Rosebrook, and then going to her left hand. It's a tremendous move.
Arnold inbounds to Mossberg. She'll try a 3. Back iron, no good. Tipped around. Mossberg comes and gets it. Great hustle. Going to go back to that right hand. Can't get that one to go, but she's fouled, and she's going to go to the free throw line. Gabby Mossberg doing a nice job staying active for the Bears. And the night when offense has been at a minimum, she's been doing everything she can to keep the Bears in it.
Yeah, as this season progresses, if Mossberg can get you 8 to 10 points per game, boy, does that make that offense look a whole lot different. You know, now you're having to guard 3 people instead of 2 on a consistent basis.
First free throw from the Welling Construction free throw line is good for Mossberg. She comes into the year as a 56% free throw shooter. Makes 1 out of 2 appropriately. 54-30. Napoleon with the lead and the ball. Miller finds Huddle on the back door. Mackenzie Mason, nice job coming with the help, knocks that ball out of bounds. So this one's probably all over except for the crying at this point, Coach Meister. 54-30, 4:47 left in the fourth. And the bad news is for the Bears, they get to see Napoleon right away on Thursday night this week in another league game. And nobody in the NWOAL is playing any better than PH right now.
Now, they have been tremendous, and those were young kids that have played. You know, and they had their struggles the last couple years. Last year, I think they were pretty solid, got a little better, and this year seems like they've just put everything together.
Cicero knocks down another 3 for Napoleon, makes it a 27-point lead. Fisher's going to try the right side, spin move, shot blocked by Rosebrook. Napoleon comes away with it. That's a lot of blocked shots tonight also for Napoleon. Besides the made 3s, defensively, they've been really solid. Cicero from the top of the key. Short off the front of the iron, rebound to Avery Ann Fisher. Arnold will try one top of the key, no good. Doesn't draw anything. Napoleon will push ahead. Rosebrook fumbles it away. Fisher picks it up. She pushes. Finds Mossberg on the right side. Gabby Mossberg's got the ball. Finds Arnold on the right side, defended by Huddle. Huddle's done a really nice job against Arnold all night tonight. Fisher attacks right side. There's her scoop shot off glass. Nice high finish right there. Fisher gets the layup to go. Gets her 5th points of the night. Chance to get to 6 now with a trip to the Welling Construction free throw line. And we get 5 subs now. Starters are done for the Napoleon Wildcats. Checking into the game are Wrestler, Smith, Cruz, Dietrich, and Glanz. And they'll probably carry the load the rest of the way out. Hannah Miller, again, big night tonight. 23 points for the sophomore as she takes a well-earned break. Second free throw for Fisher is no good. The free throw for Fisher was no good. Chased down by Gabby Mossberg, but she had to try to save it. Napoleon gathers. So Napoleon on offense, their end of the floor. A little bit of garbage time here now for some Napoleon backups. Coach Groshine out of his squad just looking for who's going to continue to work hard, play with a little bit of pride on a night where you just had your tails kicked a little bit. How are you going to finish things? Miley Vollmer finds Kelsey Thiel underneath. Goes to her left, can't get it to finish. Fisher chases it down. Kind of stuck on the baseline there. Ball falls away. Fisher gets it back. She's going to stop and pop from 10. Short. Rebound by Wrestler. Wrestler's going to push it up. Wrestler fires it up to Cruz. Cruz now works it around, finds Wrestler on the right side. She gets the ball to Dietrich, now to Smith. Napoleon happy to be very patient with the ball right here, and I think the Bears are happy to let him be patient at this point. Swing around at the corner to Wrestler. Defended by Avery Ann Fisher. Smith's going to try attack right baseline. She had Glanz open on the backside block. It's been there all night long, just not able to see her. Wrestler up top, finds Smith at the top of the key. Dietrich now. Napoleon just happy, like I said, running defense. Long two for Smith. Right corner doesn't go. Napoleon there to find the rebound and the putback by Lily Cruz. 59-32. Minute 30 left now here in the ball game for the Bears. Just a matter of getting out of town at this point. Gabby Mossberg's going to go get her 10th and 11th points of the night, finishing off the glass, the right hand.
And even though the score is not close, obviously, these can be important minutes for these young kids because it's somewhere down the line you may need them to step up in varsity action. So on both sides, really getting valuable minutes for some of these kids.
And Taylor Clans with a nice finish for Napoleon at the other end as Mossberg's pass is tipped away. Smith with the shot fake as Mossberg ran by. Then we're going to get a jump ball tied up. It'll go to Bryan. A couple of subs at the table for Bryan here with a minute left. 59.2. Fisher's going to take a break. Mossberg gets a break. Again, Mackenzie Mason and Piper Hanna back on the floor for the Bears. 59.2 left. 61-44 Napoleon. Hanna gets it to Langham. Langham swings right side to Vollmer. Vollmer works a nice one-on-one move, stuck in the paint. Kelsey Thiel will try and bury a three from the left side. Good stroke there by Kelsey Thiel, sophomore, getting some minutes here at the end of the game. A little bit like what you talked about, Coach Meister. Come in, show something, prove something. Dietrich goes by. Thiel buries the runner from the free throw line. 63-37. 20 seconds left now in the ball game. Molly Vollmer had a good start to a good pivot move there in the lane. Didn't look for a shot, probably could have taken it. Langham takes the three, it doesn't go. And then Vollmer fouls on the sideline in front of the scorer's table. 5.4 left. Napoleon get a chance to inbound. And I'm sure just hold and run the clock out. Get it across the timeline, and that is going to do it from Bryan High School. So Napoleon, the big win. We talked about the importance and the impact of this game before we tip tonight. A couple of district teams have a chance to see each other down the road, right beside each other in the first ranking that came out, and I think Napoleon left no doubt tonight of where they should be compared to the Lady Bears, at least at this point in the season. This is going to move Napoleon to 8-7. Overall, the Lady Bears are going to fall to under 500, I think, for the first time this year. That'll get them to 6-7. Bears had a really good start. That's 4 out of 5 here lately, and they're going to have to find a way to stop the bleeding. And like I said, it's not going to get any easier on Thursday when you see the Patrick Henry Patriots come to town.
Yeah, you have a very short amount of time to regroup. Again, that old coaching saying, forget the event, but remember the experience, right? Remember what you did, what didn't go well tonight, some of the things you want to shore up. This game is over. It's dead. Leave it there. But remember the experience that you had and not want to have that again. And then the next 2 days, we'll work towards that. again, easier said than done, but that's something you got to preach to those kids.
Yeah, and there's there's that other thing too of Michael Jordan's not walking through that door, Larry Bird's not walking through that door, and you can even say to these girls right now, Kaylee Thiel's not walking through that door, Ella Voigt's not walking through that door. None of those girls that have been here the last few years are walking through that door. When you show up for practice tomorrow afternoon, this is who we are and this is what we've got. So what are we going to do to move forward to make things better? We're going to have to start figuring some things out in that regard.
And I think in times of adversity like this, as a coach, you find out who your leaders are. You find out what kid's going to come to practice tomorrow and demand that the other 19 kids practice hard, that demand the other 19 kids run the sprints hard, that demand they get better on the things they haven't done well offensively and defensively. I mean, to me, when I was a coach, that next day of practice, that sometimes was the most important day of the week. You know, the game itself, fine, we lost the game. Can't change that. It's moving forward. But moving forward, I want to know. I want to know the guys are going to say, you know what, I'm fighting. I'm put the gloves on. Let's go out and we're going to get better. And you know what else? I want to see the ones that say, we'll show up and just kind of go through the motions. Because the really good teams, I do think the Lady Bears are a good team. The really good teams, they will take this and will motivate them going forward. The mediocre and teams that aren't very good, they'll take it and they'll say, we'll come back and go through the motions tomorrow. I don't see that from Bryan whatsoever.
No, these girls have seen it done right. Now it's up to them on doing it right tomorrow. How are you going to circle the wagons? How are you going to find a way to get better? Maybe it's a tall task against PH on Thursday night, but are you going to show the heart? You're going to show the fight like what you talked about? You got a couple of coaches here standing and talking to you right now that are saying all the same things that a couple of old coaches are saying in the locker room right now. We've had our tails kicked before too, and it's a matter of Patrick Henry doesn't care. They're going to be here on Thursday night. St. Mary's doesn't care. They're going to be here on Saturday morning. And, in fact, if you come in with your tail between their legs, there's just going to be blood in the water. They ain't going to take it easy on you because things aren't going very good right now. So we'll be back here at Bryan High School in a minute. We'll wrap some things up, talk about some quick stats, and we'll finish up here on 96.5 and the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
All right, back at Bryan High School, Napoleon defeats the Lady Bears tonight, 63-37. Coach Meister, let's talk about the stats that tell the tale tonight.
Well, ironically, and when you listen to these stats, they're going to be very similar. I mean, some of these stats are not going to jump out at you. What's going to jump out at you is going to be the discrepancy in the three-point shooting, which you had alluded to multiple times. Let's look at the stats for the Bryan Lady Bears. Pretty good from the two-point field goal range tonight. They were 10 for 21. From the three, they were 3 for 16. They had 6 offensive rebounds, 16 defensive rebounds, and only turned it over 10 times. So, again, both teams taking care of it very well. Napoleon outstanding from the field tonight. 13 for 26 from the 2, 11 for 20 from the 3. So there's a 24-point discrepancy in three-point shooting. They had 8 offensive rebounds, 17 defensive rebounds, and 10 turnovers. So, again, I talked about these stats may surprise you. Turnovers, even. Defensive rebounds, Napoleon had 1 more. Offensive rebounds, Napoleon had 2 more. 2-point field goals, Napoleon had 3 more. 3-point field goals. 11 for 20, Bears 3 for 16. That tells the tale of the game. And again, what I was most impressed about with Napoleon is they never let Bryan get on any type of a run. I don't know that they ever had a 4-0 run tonight. I think every time Bryan had a basket, Napoleon countered with a basket of their own, and then they themselves would tend to get on a run. And they just got really comfortable in their offense tonight. And Bryan just couldn't get them out of that comfort level. And you know this. when you shoot it well and you're hot and you see those three-pointers go through and you get comfortable and the defense lets you get comfortable, it's like you said, it's blood in the water and they're sharks. And those kids were lining up at the scorer's table trying to get in to shoot threes.
Right.
And again, maybe one of the things I want to make sure I point out is Napoleon played really well tonight. Let's not take anything away from them. I know each team always wants to say, well, we could have done this, we could have done that. At the end of the night, give credit to Napoleon because they played a very, very good basketball game.
Yeah, both ends. This game wasn't because the Bears turned it over a lot. It wasn't because they missed a whole bunch of wide open shots. They just got beat on both ends of the floor tonight, and Napoleon did a lot of really, really good things. You think about who the Lady Bears have been the last few years. Barrage of three-pointers. It didn't matter where it came from. Take away your best player. Don't let her be anywhere near her average. Napoleon did that tonight. We talked about that. Napoleon had been that team. Then Bryan turned the tables a little bit, and they were that team. Now, we hoped that we had come back into this game a little bit even, but Napoleon showed tonight that they're a little bit ahead of where the Lady Bears are at this point. So it's a matter of getting back to work, getting back in the gym, and if you get another crack at them later in the year when it comes tournament time, then you get a chance to show that you've made those improvements. But right now that's something that is way down the road. The Bears have other things that they need to worry about.
And anybody that watches the game, momentum's a funky thing, isn't it? And it seems like once it has a big swing one way, it's hard to get that back. And I think when Napoleon, especially in the beginning of that third quarter, they kept their foot on the gas. When it went from 16 to 25 in about 2.5 minutes, this is like that momentum just stayed that way and it never was able to swing back. And sometimes in sports, that happens. But like you said, all right, what's your medal, Bryan? What are you made of?
Yep.
And let's see how you're going to come back and practice tomorrow. And let's see how you're going to show up on Thursday.
All right, well, Napoleon handles Bryan tonight. Lady Bears will be back in action on Thursday. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, look at some of the Golden Bears Sports Network upcoming events, and take care of a couple more things. This is Brian Arnold and Tim Meister from Bryan High School.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Brian Arnold back here at Bryan High School along with Coach Tim Meister, wrapping things up from the gym here tonight where Napoleon dismantles the Bryan Lady Bears. I want to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, the Daniel Van Atta Agency, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Our next games are our lineup of next events here on the Golden Bear Sports Network, as we see coming up on the screen. Boys basketball is hosting Archbold tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Girls basketball will host Patrick Henry, the leaders in the NWOAL, on Thursday. We've got a wrestling. We'll have students doing our JV game that night, so we'll have students doing the play-by-play and the color during that game, the PH game. Next Wednesday, we have a school day wrestling meet with both, I believe that's both junior high and high school wrestling going that day during the school day. We did that last year with Fairview. Really good reception to that. Our students liked it. It turns into a giant kind of assembly that gets rowdy, a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that next Wednesday when Fairview comes back over. Girls basketball will host Liberty Center on the 23rd. And then the last one there, I'd assume that's a boys basketball game with Napoleon here. Let's not have to play Napoleon girls anytime soon. We'd like to get a few practices under our belts before we have to go through that again. So I'm going to make sure we thank our crew tonight, our director, Chris Malanga, on the cameras, Florence Jones, Troy Roos, Miles Northrup, Jackson Vashall. I want to thank BHS Athletics, Nathan Keel and Teresa Kuzmal, Golden Bear Photo, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponsack, WQCT Radio, Rick Armentrout, and our executive producer of the Golden Bear Sports Network is Chris Malanga. This student broadcast is brought to you by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at the Golden Bear Sports Network. With Coach Tim Meister, I'm Brian Arnold. Final score is a whole lot of Napoleon and not enough Bryan. You have a great night, everybody.